Is it normal that I enjoy a loner life?
Totally normal. But remember to hedge your bets. Don't let your friendships decay into nothing. You can enjoy your loner life, not seeing anyone for months at a time, but you're assuming that one day that enjoyment won't just stop. If you've let all contacts decay when that happens, you have no safety net. That's it. You're just lonely. Which isn't a nice feeling, and can lead to some pretty dark stuff. So yes, enjoy your alone time.
A lot of people like isolation.
Myself included. But say yes to hanging out with friends, and put in some legwork to maintain friendships and relationships. You'll thank yourself for doing so if and when the time comes where you don't want to be a loner anymore. I love my loner life.
I'm older and enjoy my solitude. I'll go out for sexual needs, but other than that, I'm content, I think. People exhaust me. I'm happy by myself. However, I do have the need for a partner. That's a desire I long for.
If you're happy, it's not wasted time. There are many loners out there. You just don't hear from them much. Also, many artists, writers, and other creative people have been loners throughout history. They can devote their lives to their passions without the tiresome distraction of people. So create something.
I've always been like you, preferred spending time alone, as being around lots of people stresses me out. At the same time, though, I've sometimes felt I wanted to be part of the pictures and stories uploaded to social media. I wasn't a complete loner, but I wish I acted upon that more. If you feel even the least bit same, make sure you take some of the opportunities presented to you, especially if you go off to college, university, as that's a part of life you only get to experience once. Let me tell you from first-hand experience, regretting something you can't take back and feeling you missed out sucks. It's probably better than my situation. Relationship, get cheated on. Depression, relationship, get cheated on. Depression. Some women ain't shit. As some men ain't shit too.
Normal? Maybe, who cares? Valid? Totally. 33F here. I went through my 20s staying home, playing video games, watching TV, etc., etc. I spent some time with friends, but mostly just did stuff with my parents or stayed home. Since turning 30, I started hanging out with coworkers for Friday night drinks activities. A group of us have become friends outside of work, still in touch and do stuff even though I don't work with them anymore, and we will go out for trivia nights, concerts, etc. I always joke that I'm living my 20s and 30s in reverse. As long as you're happy now, I don't think there's anything wrong with enjoying your own company. One day you may decide to change that, but that doesn't mean you should regret these days. It just means you're at a different stage of life with different values.
Same. But coming from the other end of life, I was very social and extroverted most of my life. Then some shit happened, then I lost my wife after 35 years. No children. I was alone for the first time in my life, and it was hard. I then moved to a different city to get away from the memories and left my friends behind. Now it was harder, but after time went by, 23 years, I began to enjoy my solitude. I am now truly happy. I have an apartment that I decorated to my tastes. I do what I want when I want ice cream for breakfast. Yes please, I'm 60 years old and content.
What about sex life? If I didn't have sexual needs, I'd choose your style in a heartbeat. You're not missing anything.
I've always been a loner since high school, and I'm 35 now.
After witnessed the drama of having lots of friends in high school, university, and work, I'll pass. My type of friends are people who don't expect me to talk to them every day or to hang out all the time. I don't like friends that assume we're in some kind of marriage, with all these commitments they expect.
I am the same way. Normal probably isn't the right word, but as long as you're happy and fulfilled, you're fine.
Normal in today's time. People just suck, me included. My only thing, if you have the money and time, don't waste it entirely in your bedroom. Get a hobby, learn, do things you can do by your lonesome. It may cause minor inconveniences in the form of having to hold a 5-minute conversation with someone while you politely tell them to shove off. But go hiking, fishing, if you have a garage, learn woodworking, or get some archery equipment and sling a few arrows in your backyard.
You will feel miserable if you think about your life and realize you don't know anything. Even if you watched a YouTube video about an engineer messing with scammers, or CGI artists reacting to CGI. Just because you're alone and enjoy it, doesn't mean you should give up on living a good life.
21F over here and I have no friends. I love my BF and honestly that's all I need ATM. I live in a big city where everyone my age parties and I have terrible anxiety, so anything social sounds too stressful to be enjoyable. I also dislike drinking. I love to stay home and crochet, play with my dogs and started reading again. Nothing wrong with being comfortable with yourself.
I think I live a relatively loner life. Although I have a partner, I don't really meet people outside or go to events. I did try more before COVID to go out, but even that wasn't essential to me. I also have a hard time communicating online with close friends that I wouldn't doubt people take it the wrong way as if I'm ignoring them, when we just have nothing to say to each other or I don't have anything to add to a conversation. I really don't have funds to be going out anyways, and all my favorite hobbies don't require another person or an audience to make me happy, so I just keep to myself. I think if you're happy and not hurting anyone or yourself, that's fine. I do wonder if I'm missing out on having close friendships like in movies, but at the same time, I enjoy spending time with myself and learning about myself or partner. Plus, I like not needing to worry if my hobbies or what I want to watch is boring or weird to another person in the room.
It's not normal, but you have to get used to it, 'cause everybody dies physically alone. In a pretty similar position, used to be extroverted in HS, but lately my social battery runs out faster and faster.
I used to think I needed to be around people to feel complete when I was younger. When I did interact with people I hated it, so now I don't. Being without drama or difficult social pressure is a great way to live. It truly allows you to focus on yourself and pull happiness from yourself, which is a really good grounding tool.
I'm glad TikTok and YTube didn't exist when I was 21.
Absolutely not. In fact, I prefer the loner life. No, it's okay as long as you enjoy it. Remember when you're older and that feeling of regret kicks in, tell yourself, no, I enjoyed it. It's okay, buddy. There's nothing wrong with it.
Hell, I don't think there's something wrong with it, especially if that's how you live and enjoy life. If later on you feel that you need something else, then go for it. Purposes and ways always change in order to fulfill your current needs.
This is every Or's life.
Whatever legal and ethical life you live is good if it makes you happy. Don't ever worry about being you.
I am living a loner life. I have periods that I can enjoy it. Do what flow. Activities like kayaking and take a good hike in the nature. Having good company with a cat, and on internet for a supermarkets I chat with people. Further than that, no. Yes, I miss it, and when I am miss it, I go for unhealthy choices, eating processed foods, flush benzodiazepines away with beer. I don't want that. On top of that I have sorrows. Well, I have periods where I enjoy intellectual activities. Like finding out what's my cat's behavior is all about and how can I get a strong band with her. I wish I had the skills and the trust to be with people. When I am with people, I am afraid. My social skills isn't good, and sensory overload is a problem.
Yes. I enjoy being by myself more than with people. I like doing things but myself.
What does it matter if you're normal? There's surely no such thing as someone who is completely average in every aspect. Be solitary. It's okay.
Do what makes you happy.
There is nothing wrong with it. A lot of people just don't like big crowds and parties.
I personally would much rather sit at home by myself than go hang out with people.
I'm older and live a pretty solitary life.
I work a job I don't really need, but it allows me to interact with work people and be social.
My sons drop by on the weekends to do laundry and eat all my food. My ex-wife and I are good friends, so we'll go out on occasion and hook up once in a while as the need arises. Other than that, I'm pretty much alone and I love it. I spent the whole pandemic not really noticing much of difference. A married buddy asked me once if I ever get lonely for a partner. I said sometimes. But then I just go back to doing whatever I want, whenever I want, all the time. Lol.
Yes. Like anything, it can become unbalanced and addictive.
People suck. They lie, cheat and stab you in the back. But you need to keep a network of people who you are semi-friendly with. It is required if you ever want a job.
The irony is when you aren't alone, you'll miss the alone time. Most people who are preoccupied with having others around them are that way from fear. They either can't operate on their own, or they feel that they're lacking in some way. Being a loner evinces a sort of confidence and can help you focus on what you want to do. If you don't need the din of constant activity around you, people judge you because they'd be empty without it and they know it. Enjoy this time, treat it like a Walden-esque adventure. Just don't throw the baby out with the bathwater and waste your time by sitting around in your boxers all day, jacking it between online gaming sessions.
Ask on Facebook if you don't want yes men to suck your dick.
Is it normal? No. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. Talking with a good therapist would clarify whether it's just a coping mechanism. I think it's a normal thing, but one day you will regret it anyway, just as you would regret parting and making worthless relationships.
As an older introverted loner, I'd say be happy with who you are and where you feel comfortable. Don't push yourself into something artificial. I've been through waves of having second-level people in my life that is, not direct family or a best friend, and it's always been tiresome. I'm now physically alone, but have contact with my family, and frankly it's the most comfortable time of my life. I get all of the social contact I need through normal day-to-day interactions with work colleagues and strangers, store clerks, etc. I do miss sexual and non-sexual intimacy, but am at an age where the cost of intimacy isn't worth it. I understand the value proposition is different when you're younger.
Jesus, someone didn't grow out of their edgy tween phase.
No, I've never been on my own. Now divorced and alone in my own space for the first time? I love it. I suggest some travel abroad, to a country that you have an interest in. Traveling solo, abroad, allows you to learn a bit about yourself, as well as others. I suggest visiting some parts of Europe, only staying in mostly hostels, not hotels. You still have the opportunity to be alone, while also the opportunity to meet different people daily. Then, I suggest going to university, as again, you still have the opportunity to be alone, as well. My point is that, you have the opportunity to stay at home, as well as the opportunity to travel, and still be alone, and attend university as well. And be alone, nothing lost and all is well. I enjoy my own company, and I talk to myself quite often. I lived abroad for more than 4 years traveling alone, and cannot imagine traveling with someone. I completed university as well. I am presently alone, and could not be happier. These are just a few suggestions, as you certainly do not want anyone to push you into anything. This is your life. Stay cool, man. Pretty normal, yeah. Just be you.
So this is me without the happy part.
I've been fine with it for a long time. It was only until I met my ex I was truly happy with someone else. Now that he left, I'm okay being alone again, as he is the only person I'd ever want in my life again. I've basically accepted the loner life. I get to just do whatever I want when I want, and that's okay.